Did you ask a second ago if your knees look huge?
Sure did.
Your knees.
My knees.
You have knee dysmorphia. Crippling knee dysmorphia. I think
honestly, I might.
You know, guys, on some level, I'm pretty sure we all suffer from a little bit of knee dysphoria, you know?
I do.
That's a weird time for the beat to drop. Hey, guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. We got wonky knees and we know it. And you can see them.
That's a problem.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Good. Hey, listen, the fiasco that that I was forced to endure upon your arrival. I'm here trying to make sure that the video component is a thing.
Yeah.
Because you got Katie, you got Grady, you got all these people out here
forcing us to do it.
Foisting. You've got people out here who actually know what they're doing with video, and they're like, just do it. Just do it. And
here's how you do it.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
I brought a lamp in. It's on a drum throne. You told me you look like the crypt keeper. You made me shut the window because I had the good light.
You had the good light.
You
get the natural light, and I'm over here looking like the crypt keeper, so he brought his bedroom lamp in. It's okay. The lamp's great. The light's okay.
Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half, and welcome to episode 55.
55. It's a new year. We can't rest on our laurels. No, it's not a new calendar year.
Era.
It's a new pod year, right? Because we've had 1 year.
Oh, right. We're into our year two. Year two.
Guys, it's like
just
pulling
celebrated
teeth.
Our 1 year first birthday.
It's like pulling teeth.
Anyway. Guys, we're solidly in summer now. Solidly in it. I've never been hotter in my life.
I took a long walk right before you got here, and it was a huge mistake.
It's awful. This week is going to be the hottest temps we've seen in this podcast year.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
And it's, what they say, like 106, 107? Hot.
Welcome to Oklahoma.
It's stifling.
Yeah.
Oppressive heat.
It's bad.
Moist.
It's bad.
Moist.
Ew.
Environ.
Yeah. Guys, we've gotten a good response this week from the video. I don't know.
Why? I don't know.
Same.
My leg crossing has been called into question.
Mm-hmm.
My toe spasms.
Yeah.
I've got beef south of the border. It's everything below the waist I've got beef with. Crossing toes, gams, pasty thighs. Anyway, guys, how's it going? Pretty good here. It doesn't have to be weird unless you make it weird. You're the one right now. You're the one right now.
Okay.
I've got beef across this room.
What?
Beef contigo. Beef with you.
What have you been up to?
Sweating.
Sweating
my beef.
Oh, God.
Guys, listen. What I've been up to. What? I paid a nice visit.
Should we start over?
No, I think we're out of a bazooka of comedy.
Okay.
We're out of a cane filled with confetti. We are Rip Taylor.
Okay.
Remember Rip Taylor? Saw him on a cruise ship once. Not on purpose, but did. Ripped one. Hey, listen. I paid a visit to dear friend and friend of the pod.
Dear friend.
Cody Culberson.
Cody.
His lovely wife, Brooke Culberson.
You guys went down to Fort Worth.
Yes.
Love that city.
Texas.
It's a new fave of mine.
Cowtown.
Mm-hmm.
Went down because Brooke Culberson.
Hi, Brooke.
Hey, Brooke. She coordinated a group effort to surprise Cody for his birthday, which is July 1st. And went down there and surprised him with a special guest, Well, Theodore Kushel was there. Theodore's wife, Sophiche, was there. Lindsay, I just burped. I'm drinking this Waterloo. Lindsay was there, and we put in a surprise call to Grady Spencer, and he showed up.
Oh, no way.
And took it to the next level.
The gang was all here.
Gang's all here. My face is so sweaty.
That's so fun. What'd you guys do? Go out to eat? Did you go?
Beverages and food and hanging
At their
out.
house?
And,
Or did you-
first night went out and went to dinner and celebrated Cody over Mexican cuisine.
Best way to celebrate.
We were in a bar and the fire alarm went off, so we had to hang out outside for a while. Excitement, intrigue.
I've never had that happen in a restaurant before. I've had it happen in a hotel.
Yeah, that's the
middle
worst.
of
In
the
the
night.
middle of the night. Oh,
Awful.
man, do you remember my DoubleTree story?
No.
I'm going to tell you in just a minute.
Okay, finish
After
your-
this. Listen. And then the next day, just kind of hung out at the Culberson's house. Went first to an arcade over by there. Played some
Fun.
games. You pay $11. You play all you want.
No way.
It's called free play, which is a little bit of false advertising because $11. But
Do you get tickets? They probably don't give you tickets. if you
no
do free play.
tickies. But I did set the high score on Papa Shot.
Hey.
I destroyed a kid who tried to go one-on-one with me, and don't stay. You just get off the tracks when the train's coming through.
May we all aspire
Well, listen. Good luck
to beat some
because
kids
I was born
at the arcade.
I was born to do two things,
Okay.
three
Podcast?
things.
Okay.
I was going to add podcast. I was going to add
You
podcast.
were.
Yes. But the others are Papa Shot at an arcade
Yeah, Father.
and
If-
Mario Kart. Also, another thing
Okay.
I'm really good at is those punching bags.
Oh,
You know,
at the arcade. Okay.
very strong.
Okay.
Listen, here's my DoubleTree story.
Okay.
I was traveling.
Sponsor us, DoubleTree.
You're not going to want it. I was traveling with a fellow. I will not name names, but he's a big, large, imposing fellow. We got in at 2 a.m.
Okay.
Went to the front desk, and we got our rooms. And they gave us two separate rooms
Okay.
because that's what was going on. One, a suite. Another, a peasant room.
Okay.
And being a nice guy, I said to my traveling companion, would you like the suite? And he said, I kind of expected him to be like, no, you take it. But he didn't. He took it. So we go up the elevator. We get on the same floor. We go separate ways. He goes to the ambassador's lounge, and I go to Southwest. And I walk down the hall. And I've got all my things.
Yeah.
And I'm holding my warm DoubleTree cookie.
Your effects.
My warm DoubleTree cookie. Now, this is important.
Okay.
Because you know that when you check into a DoubleTree, they bless you with a warm cookie. Now, I go to my door and I open it. And I walk into a dark room. And as the door's closing behind me, the light is slowly leaving the room. And I see a gentleman sit up out of bed. And he springs to his feet and screams, what the expletive is happening? And then a lady sits up. And she starts screaming, and he charges at me like a rabid spider monkey. The door's closing. I'm wrestling with it, bags akimbo. I open the door, and I fall into the hallway, and a grown man in his tidy whities chases me into the hallway. All I can think to do to prove that I'm a DoubleTree guest is show him my cookie. Because they don't just give those to any Tom, Dick, or Harry off the street.
Oh.
You have to be, and holding my DoubleTree cookie aloft saying, I'm a guest.
Yeah.
And he just keeps wide-eyed, gritted teeth. And I say, they gave me the wrong room. And he said, well, they messed up. And he runs in his room. So I then
Horrific.
look down the hallway to see my traveling companion, eyes wide, looking down the hall. I go into his room. And he's laughing hysterically because he did not just have to endure what I had to endure. And I call the front desk and I say, excuse me, sir, you gave me a room with someone in it.
Yeah.
And there was the longest pregnant pause ever. And he said, shut up. That was his response. So I go down. I get a new room key. He sends me up, apologetic as can be. I get into my room and it's a suite, a much nicer suite than the suite that we were gifted before. But guess what? Why didn't you just give us 2 suites in the first place? Did you like one of us and not the other? That's for another day. But I go into my suite and I lay down and I stare at the ceiling and I am terrified. Everything is uncomfortable to me. I don't know what to do. I notice that there is a door to an adjoining suite. And of course, my natural inclination is to go over and check it to make sure it's locked because I've seen what can happen in this DoubleTree.
You've seen what can happen.
And I'm shaking the door, rattling it, making sure. And I do it for a little too long, I think. And then I hear someone punch the other side of the door. and I start screaming, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And they go, stop it. You're freaking me out. And I didn't sleep a wink that night.
Bless.
And that's my double, and that's sponsor us, DoubleTree. I just love that the only thing I could think to do was shove my cookie in his face to prove that I was who I said I was.
These are my credentials.
Right. This is my
press pass.
Oh my gosh. And I'm sweating more than I was just sweating before because of this story.
Oh, that's quite something.
Just the way like in movies when a person's possessed by a demon and their body moves in ways that it normally wouldn't. That's the way this gentleman jumped up onto the bed. And just imagine the room slowly, the sliver of light narrowing as this gentleman screams and runs at you.
How about the next day? Were you so terrified you'd bump into them in the lobby?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know those people got their room combed.
If they didn't,
they came down to the desk.
They were showered in cookies.
I was hoping they'd send you up a basket.
Now we can't comp rooms. No. But I'll tell you what we can do. Baked goods.
Warm cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
That was the worst experience.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
If any of you guys have stories like that, DM us and let us know. We want to know if they've given you the wrong room key and the mishaps that ensued.
Demon possessed.
Wow.
A demon in the dark.
I have had, one time Jeff and I went to Kansas City for a weekend away and we stayed in I think it must have been like a Marriott, a Courtyard Marriott or something. And at about 3 a.m., we had a fire alarm go off. Ugh. So we had to go out into the parking lot till it was done. Mm-hmm. And also on that trip, no hot water. And so we get in the car to go home and Jeff goes, well, at least we got a hot shower and a good night's sleep. I thought, well, yeah.
Well, right. And Jeff Engle, being the travel man that he is, that's probably uncommon. Maybe, well, it might be more common because he travels more. But he's always has the finest. What he does
accommodation.
He's well cared for. He's a kept man.
So the video people can see how often this comes unplugged. There we are. Got it. Ugh. Okay, so
it's hot. I'm so hot.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't give myself adequate cool down window after my walk. Yeah. Well, that's on me, really, more than anything. But
I was going to blame you for it completely. Okay, so you went to Fort Worth this weekend. Before that, though, last week, you had a blast from the past, and you went to a Matchbox 20 concert.
Oh.
At the Oklahoma City Zoo Amphitheater.
Yes, it happened.
It did happen.
And I got to tell you.
How was it?
Rob Thomas got hits.
Lindsay sent me a video of him and she said, Rob Thomas is 51 and he looks great.
Yeah.
It looked like he was wearing a pretty deep V. There was a lot of chest.
When you're Rob Thomas.
Was it a tunic? Was it a tunic shirt?
No.
I
think his shirt was a normal length.
But a deep V.
Deep. I don't recall the V of the shirt.
That was the first thing I noticed.
I'm
not sure what that says.
I was swept up in nostalgia.
Yeah.
But I was singing. I was screaming it. I really wasn't. But every song you'd play and be like, gosh, that's a hit. That's a hit too. Yeah. That's a hit too.
I got a great video of you dancing as well.
Yeah, I'm a very good dancer.
You were wearing a tank top and jorts.
Jorts is not a surprise to anyone, but I have a zoo amphitheater tank top that I wear specifically for the zoo amp.
It's shredded with beads.
It is not.
Should be.
It
will be now.
But it is a Budweiser tank top.
Tank top.
So I'm a classy gentleman at the zoo.
That's what we're saying. And I was sad that we didn't get to go with you guys. You guys went with our dear friends, Levi and Jess.
Dear.
And Jeff ended up having to go out of town. So I was sad that we didn't get to take part in the festivities. It looked warm out there. It looked really warm.
Rob Thomas sweat through his jeans.
Through his deep V.
Title of the episode.
Good for him, though. I will say this, too, about that video she sent. He sounded great.
He sounded like Rob Thomas.
Sounded great.
Sounded like Rob Thomas.
51. The man sounds great, looks great.
Rob Thomas.
Okay.
Sweat his jeans and melted our hearts. Hit the highs and dug deep for the lows. Breaking hearts. Farts.
Matchbox 20.
Rolling Stone review.
Rolling Stone review. So early last week, and this was right after we recorded, I actually got to chaperone. I got to be one of the mom chaperones for one of Hope's little friends had a birthday party at a place.
Senior Frogs.
At Senior
You
Frogs.
chaperoned them good.
Right. She was turning 10. So
Yep.
it was a big one.
Yeah.
No, we went to a place in Oklahoma called Carlton Landing, which is a lake community at Lake Eufaula here in Oklahoma.
I feel like if I were to go to Carlton Landing in my zoo amphitheater outfit,
You wouldn't
stick
in.
with me.
Oh,
I think if I were to do that,
okay.
I would potentially be forcibly removed by security.
It's pretty classy. It's
And-
lovely.
Yeah, and I don't, frankly, I don't want to go anywhere that I can't wear my zoo amphitheater outfit.
Okay. Well, you're missing out then because this is a really beautiful lakefront community. And what was hilarious is that we stayed in the home of a friend, an absolutely beautiful home. They were so generous to let us go. We had 5 10-year-old girls. 9 and 10.
That is so many.
So many 9 to 10-year-old girls. They were darling. And they did fun stuff like they made a movie. There were several pools at this community, so we swam in the pools. But do you know what they preferred?
What?
Swimming in the lake.
Sure.
There's a beach, a sandy beach, and they put on their goggles. You can't see more than,
No.
6 inches in front of your face.
No.
There's a lot of sediment.
Yeah, well, sure. It's
brown.
a lake. It's a lake. It's
It's
an
a lake.
Oklahoma lake.
It's in Oklahoma, but it actually is a really beautiful lake. So they spent a lot of time just rubbing mud on each other in the lake.
Sure.
Just, beauty treatments.
I listen.
Play mask.
I forgot to tell you about on my trip this weekend. Yeah. Cody, Ted, and we spent a lot of time rubbing mud on each other.
Did you do
some
like
fellas.
spa day?
Well, just a couple guys, just self-care.
Yeah.
Just self-care, speaking our truths to each other and rubbing mud on each other.
Absolutely.
Guy things.
Guys,
being dudes.
I get it.
Just so,
That actually reminds me, and I was saving this for a special time, but the story about how when we traveled to Mexico a couple years ago with our friends Levi and Jess, with whom you attended the Matchbox 20 concert.
Sure.
And the girls did a spa day.
Yeah.
We had a yogurt spa.
Sure.
Now, have we talked about the shaman? Did we already talk about this last year?
I don't remember what happened last year.
You guys did a
I
sweat
don't remember.
lodge.
Yeah, we did.
You, Levi, and Jeff did a sweat lodge.
Yeah, we did.
And it bonded you for life.
It did. It was amazing. We had to sing each other's names. Yeah. And the best part was when we said names,
Right.
they said, what's your name? Mm-hmm. And I said, Brandon.
Yeah.
First name only.
First name.
And the guy goes, Brandon. And he expected everyone to join in.
Did they?
You kind of get the hint at some point.
Okay.
And
this was inside the sweat lodge.
And we do Levi's.
Proper.
And he says, Levi. And then Jeff said, Jeff Engle. Now, why he was being so formal, I'll never know. But the guy thought it was all one word.
Right.
And so it was Jeff Engle. It was my favorite thing ever. And
Did
then
you laugh?
it was so pitch black in there, but I could feel Levi like shaking, and I was trying so hard not to, and it was so hot, and everyone was trying to be tough, but like eventually he would roll away the cover of the thing, and it would just be all of us laid out literally about to die, and he would play songs on a drum. It was actually a really lovely
it was
ceremony.
special.
It was really cool. And
Didn't he say at one point,
he was singing,
I feel a lot of love in here?
Yeah, he did. And we said, you're hallucinating. And so we at the very end, he played a bunch of like traditional songs. And we're like, this is really cool and authentic. And then at the end, he started playing Age of Innocence. Yeah. Do you remember that song? Hi, oh, hi, oh, hi, hi. And we were all sitting there trying to place it.
Like, we know that that's something.
At some point, everyone, it clicked. Everyone was like, is that Age of Innocence he's playing?
What? So the shaman was
It's like when Matt Toney plays the Top Gun theme behind communion. Like people be taking communion and you just hear beep, 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 dee, 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 dee. Is that Top Gun? Is that the theme from Top Gun when the stone was rolled away and Maverick hit the runway, baby?
So this is the worship pastor at our church, Maddie T. Hi, Maddie.
Hey, Matt.
And sometimes I think he does this. It might be intentional. It might be a nice mashup. And sometimes maybe he just slides into that unintentionally.
Right there.
And maybe the worship team is the only one who like catches it.
Maybe
not.
Sometimes Weiser just starts playing "Isn't She Lovely?"
Yeah,
it's just starts playing random. It's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, sorry. Back to Age of
Closely
Innocence.
related songs. Anyway, we may have told that whole shaman sweat lodge story before, but I can't remember.
At some point, we're going to start recycling the same.
We're going to run out of stories.
I'm going to tell the DoubleTree story again next week.
Oh, please, it's worthy of a retell.
What is happening?
So after we got home from Carlton Landing, which was such a sweet time with these girls, gosh, so grateful for her little friends. Because I will say, at this age, she's going into 4th grade. I have lots of friends who are like, ugh, the girl drama. And I know it's coming.
Yeah.
But we've yet to face it yet.
I feel like you've still got a couple good years before she turns into a monster. Right? Like I feel like you've got a couple good years before doors get to slamming, before I hate yous get slung around.
Oh, please no.
It's gonna happen.
Please no.
It's gonna happen, and she's gonna coming through, and you're gonna go, you're not wearing that out, young lady.
I don't think so.
And she's gonna be like, I hate you. You've never and then you're gonna be like, Jeff, go talk to your daughter. And he's gonna go talk to her, and he's gonna be the good guy, and you're the evil witch from Rapunzel.
I don't think that's going to happen.
From Rapunzel.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay, well.
Because I'm going to lock her up in a tower.
Hey, listeners, listen, that's one solution. There's no bad ideas in the brainstorming process.
Yes, there are.
Yes, and.
Okay, so we get home from Carlton Landing, and the kids take off, including Benny, to Grandparents University.
Yeah.
At Oklahoma State with our mom, Crindy, and with Jeff's mom, Deb.
Yes.
So they took all three. Harrison didn't go. He's too old this year, but Asher, Hope, and Benny went. And they took a class this year. They majored in Chinese culture.
Which is kind of amazing.
They did calligraphy. They made lanterns and opera masks.
Do you know what's really funny?
What?
Whenever you said, get me a lamp, my first thought was, Benny made a lantern at the Chinese class.
There's no light from it.
There's no light in it.
I look worse by this light, Benny.
The Ashley Engle story.
Okay.
I look worse by this light.
Okay, but I think they had a really good time.
I'm sure they did.
At GPU.
Yeah.
They always do. And but what was crazy is Harrison went and had Poppy University with Jeff's dad, Dave Precious.
It's unsanctioned.
It's unsanctioned.
It does not have the safety regulations of a grandparents' university.
Right, and he did not get college credit
for
that.
He did get cholera. He did not get college credit. He's suffering from a bout of dysentery from some spoiled bear meat. Basically, Dave took him on the Oregon Trail, is what I'm saying.
They did go fishing.
That's what I'm saying.
They did a lot of yard work.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
Yard work?
Yard work. He got paid, though. Nana gave him a list of things, like, if you want to do these things, I'll pay you to do these things around that. And he did. And that's good for him.
So Poppy University is just a job. It's just an odd job.
Oh, they went fishing. They cooked some steaks outside.
Okay.
It was pretty great.
Hence the dysentery.
Well, possibly.
It's the risk you run.
But they had a great time. But what was crazy is, and Jeff was traveling, I had the house to myself. This never happens.
Just risky business style. Sliding around.
Yeah. Quiet house.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I love a good quiet house.
Never happens.
It's rare. Few and far between.
Never
Never
Ever.
happens for me.
Happens.
And I've got the one kid. You've got 2 extras.
And two dogs. It's never quiet.
Yeah, well, these are all decisions that you've made.
Well, but so I listened to a lot of podcasts,
Yeah,
organizing things.
Sure.
Took some things to the Hope Center, which is
Sure.
an incredible nonprofit.
Well,
organization.
it's what we're calling Hope's Room, and I just throw all of our extra crap in
The
there.
Hope Center.
Take it to the Hope Center.
No.
Get it out of the living room.
And I got to eat what I wanted to eat. I got to watch what I wanted to watch. It's delightful.
I feel like you're an adult and should eat what you want to eat.
Sure, but if I'm fixing a dinner, I got to keep everyone's kind of preferences in mind, dietary needs, etc.
These are all choices that you make.
So that was really nice. I will say we had a crazy day last week with some insane rain.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. It cooled,
Sheets.
Sheets. And I got caught out in it. I was grocery shopping, caught out in it. And Crindy saw me right after and she goes, "Your hair looks cute." And she was genuinely serious.
Okay.
And it was drown rat hair. I'm
Well-
like, well, if this is all I need to do,
Just
stand out in the rain,
wash and go
dunk my head in a.
in a mossy pond.
That's all I need
Just
to do.
go. Just dunk your head in every. If you go for long enough for your hair to dry out, you're doing it wrong. Every puddle you find, rub your face in it.
Yeah.
Every crick, every bubbling spring,
Babbling Brook.
any babbling brook you see, dunk
Every
rub,
crick.
every crick you come across, you dunk your face in it,
And that's how you get compliments.
and that's called
Beauty.
Appalachian Pamperin. That's called.
And that's what Hope and her friends were doing in the lake.
Yeah.
And you and your bros.
They were doing Appalachian Pamperin, just rubbing mud on each other, but not like high class salon mud,
Right.
like
Lake mud.
crawdad mud,
Yeah.
mud bug
Bottom
mud,
dweller.
catfish noodling mud.
That's what it is. It's great for the pores.
When
really
you show
opens them up.
When you show up to the Appalachian Pamperin salon, they don't give you a robe. They give you a fresh pair of shoulder pants. They give you some overalls and a trucker hat that says something like "I fear no beer." And they send you off into the mud.
Yes.
And you splash around in there. You get the drowned rat head. We're serving a delightful charcuterie of noodled catfish. Yeah. God, Hope had a weekend.
Honestly,
I'd
sounds
go.
great.
I
Sounds great.
Instead of chimes and like Enya.
Age of Innocence?
It's just banjo. It's the Age of Innocence on the banjo.
Yes. And
Age of
there's a jug.
Deliverance. Jug band and just a whole front porch jug band with a dude with the washboard,
Stand-up bass.
washboard, and a fella just right in your ear playing the spoons. 2 teeth in his head. How's it going? You relaxed. I'm gonna do some ham boning now, real quick. Just
Sorry. I'm unplugged.
and then when it's time to eat, just some Rubenesque broad in a muumuu just starts clanging the dinner triangle at you. Time to quit rubbing mud on these people, Jedediah. It's
Supper time.
supper zone. Get up to the house.
To the big house.
Get up to the big house. Close the door. You're letting all the bought air out.
Supper zone.
Supper zone. Get the mud off your body.
Or don't. It's fine.
Leave your overalls outside. They're thick. Appalachian Pamperin is off to the races. God, ambient banjo music.
We need t-shirts.
Appalachian Pamperin. Supper zone. Leave your cares and your overalls at the door.
I love it so much. It'd be so great. and Mima gets the big glass, like pickle jar,
Yeah.
and mixes iced tea in it with her hand.
Up to the elbow.
Just pours
And then
it in your glass.
when she's done, she's just cleans it off. So sweet.
Everyone's got a mason jar for your beverage,
None
for your cold drink.
unsweet for you, Byron. You've got the sugar. You remember what happened to my foot? You can't have it. Back to the mud with you. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, and then chimes.
Honestly, we're on to something here. We are on to something here. Okay. This past weekend, we celebrated Hope's birthday because her actual birthday is coming up this week.
What day?
Tuesday.
Date. What date?
27th. She's going to be 10, which is dumb.
That was a test.
Yeah, I know.
As to whether you...
I
knew your
know.
child's
When she was born,
birthday.
I was there. She was born...
Debatable.
It was middle of the night birth. Almost had her in the parking lot. V dramatic. Bless Jeff's heart. He remained cool, calm, and collected that whole evening.
As he is wont to do.
Yeah, it was a fast birth. So what we did is we went to the movies. We saw Little Mermaid again because she loved it so much the first time. I know, I'm telling you, you need to see it. It's so good. It's so good.
Until they put Le Poisson back in it, I will not.
Well, they're not going to.
Okay, well, guess what? They've lost my business.
Okay.
Okay?
Disney.
All my shekels are going to the fine folks at Appalachian Pamperin. That's where I take my business.
Well, if you're not going to spend it at Disney,
It's one or the
Second
other.
best.
Frankly, it's one or the other. It's not a spectrum. It's AB, black, white, binary.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we saw that again, and then we went and did hibachi, which was super fun.
Nice.
Then she had her end of the season soccer party, swam all day yesterday, went from friend party to soccer party. It was just a whole day.
Party and fiesta.
Party hardy.
Fiesta.
But I wanted to talk about something today. I think it's because I'm home a lot more often right now. I've been eating a lot of things on toast. You can put anything on it. Did you know?
I'm well aware.
Especially, I know you guys are fans of Dave's Killer Bread.
I mean, Ben is.
You don't like bread. You don't eat bread.
Don't put that on me.
He doesn't eat carbs.
I like bread.
You don't eat carbs.
I did this week, and
Okay.
as a result, I'm
Bloat.
the puffiest human.
Bloaty toady.
I'm literally I'm the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I'm the Michelin Man.
You look great.
Okay.
You don't look swollen.
Just don't patronize me.
You've got the good light, though. So.
I do, and that's why I need every bit of it that I can get. And here it is. The problem with the good light is it's just getting lost in my crevices. It's just I'm a Shar-Pei. I'm a Shar-Pei in a man's body.
It's not true. But you can put anything on toast. Here's what I've been doing lately. An avocado whoop, big whoop. Everyone knows about that. But I have been putting, okay, you know...
Pudding? You've been putting pudding on
Pudding
toast?
on toast. No, you know TJ's, Trader Joe's in the biz. We put...
There's only one TJ, and that's Max. Because I'm a Maxinista. Okay? Don't come in here throwing around initials like TJ.
And expect me to think of anything other
You
than Max.
yuppie scum. I'm ride or die Maxinista.
So am I.
I saw you coming out of a Ross dress for less last week. Okay? Don't. I saw you.
How dare
I
you?
documented it. And it's just a pause. Busted. She knows it.
Nice. I pull my cap down, put my glasses on, and just run to my
No
car.
comment. No comment. I'm not just I'm the Ross dress for less paparazzi. Oh, you were saying last week on the podcast that you're a Maxinista. What do you got to say for yourself? Anyway, so Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. They've got all the good seasonings. That elote, have you guys had that?
I have.
It's delicious. Okay, so here's what you do.
Okay.
Dave's Killer Bread.
Okay.
Toast it.
Well, it's not toast until you do.
Avocado.
Okay.
Smash.
Oh, you're smashing it.
Elote.
Okay.
Really good olive oil.
Okay.
Drizzle.
All right, Ina Garden.
Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle.
Okay.
Tomatoes.
Okay.
Crushed red pepper flakes.
That sounds great. These are all flavors that go well together.
So delicious.
Have you heard
Okay.
of this thing called avocado toast?
Yeah.
Now that's what you just described.
It is, but there's so many different iterations of avocado toast. This is just the one that I've been enjoying lately. It's because it's the stuff I had in my house. But I've really been enjoying toast and sandwiches. And for a long time, I have not had a whole lot of carbs either. But I'm afraid there's no going back for me. I think I'm back.
This is you now.
All aboard the carb train. Choo choo.
I get it. Choo choo. Next stop, my thighs. I get it. I get it.
It's true. But when you do enjoy a sandwich, what are your favorite fixins?
So here's the thing.
Okay.
I still have post-traumatic sandwich disorder.
I know.
Because I spent many years
Building them.
building a sandwich. Shout out, dear friend of the pod, Amanda
Yes.
Schirmer Miller.
Hi, Amanda.
Have spent many an hour making a sandwich with her.
Yeah. When we were in restaurants.
Yes, and it was, and we got to a point where it was like jazz, baby. It's like you're over here, I'm over here.
an art
Shorthand.
form.
It was great.
Art form.
Here's what I used to make in the shop. Haven't had it since.
Okay.
I would do white bread. I would do roast beef, pastrami, turkey,
Love a pastrami.
cherry peppers, and jalapenos on the top of the bread.
Okay, I draw the line at jalapenos.
Smother it with provolone cheese. Put it in the steamer. Steam that cheese and heat that meat.
Yeah.
Mayo, lettuce, tomatoes, deli mustard, and then a hot sauce on the side.
Which hot sauce?
There were so many.
There was a bar.
Soptions. So many soptions.
Yeah.
That's a Cody Culberson word, by the way.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that was always my go-to sandwich.
Did you...
Two pickles.
Okay.
2
Spears?
spears.
Did you accompany chips also?
Always.
What, salt and
Salt and
vinegar?
Salt and vinegar. Always salt and vinegar.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah. It's a great sandwich.
It's a great sandwich. I respect it.
It's a great sandwich.
When you make a sandwich at home, rephrase. If you were to make a sandwich at home, what would be the thing, like what's a make or break condiment, topping?
That I must have. On a sandwich, depending on the type of sandwich, I'm a mayonnaise guy.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm a mayonnaise guy.
That's what I was going to say. It's if it's missing, it's just not quite the same.
You know, sometimes
with you.
if I'm feeling like I want to make a sandwich, but I don't have mayo, I can just use avocado because avocado is nature's mayo.
Yeah, it's great.
It's still delicious, and so I'll use it for that. Yeah, I would say if I had to pick is a mayo. This weekend picked up some burgers. Picked up some Kewpie mayo. I think it's pronounced.
I don't know that.
It's like a Japanese mayo maybe, and it uses the egg yolks, and it's the richest, most delicious.
Okay.
You need to get it and put it on your sandwiches since you're now carbing it up.
Sponsor us, Kewpie.
It's
if
not the
that's what you're
brand.
called.
It's a type.
Okay.
It's like a thing.
Anyway, we might poll the listeners this week and ask what everybody's favorite sandwich fixins are.
Mayo.
Because that's important.
Mayo feels like a non-negotiable to me, but I feel like it's polarizing.
Oh, it's
I feel like
very
there are people who do not care for mayonnaise.
Yeah, same with mustard. They're the most polarizing condiments.
And isn't that wild?
I would say
the Bloods and the Crips of the sandwich world.
Oh gosh, man, no, the Bloods and the bananas.
The bananas.
No,
The banana gang.
the banana gang. Yeah, that's interesting because I think a lot of people are opposed to mustard as well. Not as many people opposed to ketchup or ranch. But what's crazy is ranch
Ketchup on a hot dog will make some people real angry.
which is nuts.
That it makes people angry
That's
or nuts to do it?
Crazy town
Why?
that it makes people angry.
I don't know. There are purists out there. Mustard only. Solamente mostaza. That's,
Listen to you.
well, don't listen to me.
I think it's crazy that so many people like ranch because you know what's in their mayo.
Yeah, well, it's sneaky. It's a sneaky boy. There's people, Guy Fieri, who's 2 weeks from getting called out on the pod.
Fieri.
Well, you need to stop calling him Guy Fieri because it's an R and you're making me Fierius. You see how stupid that sounds? Because it's an R.
Speaking of this, I saw a crazy thing. I think it was a TikTok.
You didn't let me finish my Guy Fieri.
Oh, I thought you were done.
You just thought I mentioned his name to mention it?
Yeah.
I was going to say he hates eggs, but he loves mayonnaise.
Oh,
That's it.
okay.
Go back to you.
Okay, sorry. I saw a thing on, I believe it was a TikTok where a guy took a pickle jar, opened it up, package of ranch seasoning in there, shook it up, let them marinate for a couple days, then took them out, wrapped them in bacon.
Well, there were pickles in the jar.
Baked them. Yes, sorry.
Okay, you just said there was a pickle jar. I didn't know.
Sorry. Yeah, pickle spears.
Yes.
Wrapped them in bacon, baked them in the oven, and then dipped them in ranch.
Dude.
How do we feel about that?
I'll tell you this right now. If you've got pickle spears that you have marinated in ranch, you have wrapped in bacon, fried and dipped in ranch, if you're not calling those Britney Spearses, you're doing it so wrong. If that's not what those are called,
I will send it to you.
A heaping helping
you
of
can
Britney
comment
Spearses.
that on it.
How is it not called that? I'll tell you this right now. Do you want to know who needs to be the face of Appalachian Pamperin? Is Britney Spears. She's from Louisiana.
Okay.
So she
No, that's
not
not
necessarily
Appalachia.
Appalachia, but she behaves as such.
Well.
She's Appalachia adjacent. She goes barefoot in a gas station bathroom.
She used to.
She still does. She just doesn't leave
We're
the
not
house.
sure. We're not sure. There is so much happening.
There's people saying that she's not real anymore. There's people saying that she's her sister with an effect on her face.
Wow.
I saw a thing yesterday that was an investigation.
We live in a crazy
I
world,
saw a
don't
thing
we?
yesterday where they were doing a bunch of
Goodness.
close-ups of her videos and like saying her bottom teeth aren't there. And then we went to her Instagram and they're there.
I love that you spent time on this. Listen, the things that occupy people's time in 2023.
I'm just sitting on my couch snacking on some Britney Spearses and doing deep dives on people's Instagrams.
Guys, we got to get it together. We've got a big election coming up. We got to get it together.
No, I've already made my decision for 2024. It's Big Jake 2024.
Big Jake.
And guess what? Joy will reign supreme. And he's already got his built-in.
Need joy to reign
He's
supreme.
got his built-in campaign slogan, and that's where it's at. Big Jake.
Can you imagine the T-shirts?
I want Big Jake. I want a ticket running for president.
Yeah.
Big Jake.
Yeah.
With Shabazz Says as his vice president.
Yes.
No, Shabazz Says is the Secretary of Finance.
Yeah, he's trying to elevate the Pavos
Jeremy Fragrance,
for.
Emperor.
Okay. We're going to amend the Constitution to allow for an emperor
Listen,
of the U.S.
I'm just saying, it can't go.
Fragrance czar.
I listen, and his whole campaign slogan would be, "We need to change because this stinks. This country stinks. Take a whiff. Toothless Appalachians, take a whiff."
Jeremy. Just so elitist.
Oh my gosh.
Leaving half the country behind.
My favorite thing is he goes in waves with the content that he posts.
Yeah.
And lately what he's been doing is just going up to people on the street and going, "What's a good fragrance for a man?"
Oh.
And then they tell him and he goes, "Yes, that's a good fragrance." And that's the whole video.
Okay. He's just trying to get feedback from.
Millions of followers.
Yeah,
We can't get anyone to listen to this high-minded rhetoric that we got going.
it's fine.
No, it's not.
It's fine. Okay, news from the Nextdoor app.
Okay. This is becoming a recurring segment.
Well, there's so much content, honestly. And if you guys are on the Nextdoor app, and we got listeners all
We
over
feel
the
sorry
place.
for you
We
if
have
you're on the
that.
Nextdoor app.
And we want to know what's happening out there. You guys have your ears to the ground in your neighborhoods, okay? If something catches your eye on the Nextdoor app, screenshot that and send it our way, because we want to report the news from not only our community, but from your communities as well. So
We have a responsibility as journalists.
we do, and we take it seriously. So the latest one that I saw was someone saying, "Has anyone found a penny taped to your window with a Band-Aid lately?"
What?
And the conspiracy theories in this comment thread.
What could that mean?
Well, apparently, don't touch it because it could be laced with fentanyl.
Oh. Apparently the
Was a thing that was said.
apparently the fentanyl is a thing these days.
Is it? Or do we just
I don't know. I
don't know either.
I'm questioning everything now.
But apparently, someone put a link, like it was like a Snopes or an Urban Dictionary link, that this is a prank that youths will play. And they will take a penny and they'll stick it to a Band-Aid and then stick it on people's windows and then attach fishing line to it and tap, 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 but be hiding.
Oh, I don't like that.
Right? So it sounds like tippy taps on your
I don't
window.
like that.
It's
I
a
would
Band-Aid
rather
with a
have the
toner.
fentanyl. I would rather the fentanyl. Thank you.
But guys, listen, this might happen to you. Don't be frightened.
It's like,
Don't be scared of fentanyl
listen, what used to
on
have,
your Band-Aids.
you know what, guys? Do be scared of fentanyl on your Band-Aids. Like, for real.
We should all be afraid of
We're
that.
not putting out this kind of propaganda that you're not meant to be afraid of. Dude, listen, someone get Fauci on the phone to reprimand this rogue.
Producer, get him. He's a good friend of ours. Actually.
Producer, search fentanyl for me. I want to see. I need information on fentanyl.
Yeah. How easy is it
I
to
need
obtain?
I need information on fentanyl would be a really confusing episode title.
Whatever the title is, Appalachian Pamperin.
Oh yeah. But they're not even creative anymore, and they're also mean, putting fentanyl on currency. You know what used to happen?
Currency?
Pennies,
Oh, okay.
pennies and Band-Aids.
Okay.
Also, there are some societies that trade Band-Aids for goods and services. Listen, that is just a horrifying evolution of the poo dollar prank, where people used to put a piece of poo inside of a dollar bill and leave it on the ground. And then you just sit in the distance and wait for some unsuspecting
pick it
schmo
up.
to pick it up. And then do you know what you do? You scream poo dollar at them.
And run away.
I mean, they run away
And then
in shame. Producer,
terrible.
what is fentanyl? Thank you, producer. Fentanyl is a potent synthetic opioid drug approved by the Food and Drug Administration for use as an analgesic for pain relief and as anesthetic. It is approximately 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin as an analgesic.
Oh.
Dude.
Does it go through your skin? Transdermal?
I mean, what a stupid prank if it doesn't. You just touched a thing.
Are we thinking that 12 and 13-year-old kids can obtain fentanyl
I think
easily?
I don't know.
And can they synthesize it? Can they themselves put it on Band-Aids without being compromised themselves?
I don't put
That feels
I don't put
advanced.
anything past these youths. I think that
shouldn't.
they're capable of 3D printing themselves some fentanyl,
Okay.
deep faking themselves as Joe Biden and showing up to your house and
Or Britney
give you-
Spears.
well, don't you dare.
Okay.
She is a queen,
Okay.
and do not. Free Britney.
Yeah.
She's been free, but is she free really?
Listen, we're not sure, guys.
There's also a whole conspiracy theory that Joe Biden is someone else in a mask, and they're doing like zoom ins on like when his makeup for interviews is uneven. They're like, there's the mask. And
it's like Mission Impossible, where they 3D print the mask in the moment.
it's made out of fentanyl.
Anyway, how is
We got political right there.
right your algorithm?
It is weird.
You don't say.
It has recently exploded. Yesterday, I had 3 things.
Okay.
One, Britney Spears
Deep fakes.
deep fakes and conspiracy theories.
Okay.
2, Joe Biden is someone else in a mask, conspiracy theories.
Sure.
And videos from hardcore rock and roll shows where people just like mosh and run into each other and throw fists and things.
I hate that.
I hated it too, but I watched it for like 30 minutes. I couldn't help it
It's not going away anytime
as a
soon.
40-year-old man, I look at that and I think, is there not a concert where I can sit? Can I go to a Crosby, Stills, Nash show? Is there any way that I could not be at this event?
Could I take a blanket to James Taylor?
Yeah, that sounds great.
It really does.
Bring my own graham crackers from
Jimmy
home.
Buffett, graham crackers.
I don't know. I get a little hankering mid-concert. Something about Fire and Rain makes me have a little sweet tooth.
Crave a graham.
But
Vanilla
yeah,
wafers.
Just with the banana pudding.
Just get your little baggie, your
Just
little
up there.
Ziploc of Nillas.
And then when I finish it, I just go, how's good? That's good. I'm not spending $14 on a Coca-Cola Classic. I brought some Capri Sun and Sunny Delight from home.
Settle down.
Does
man.
anybody else want any? Any of you James Taylor fanatics want some Capri Sun?
10 grams.
How you feeling? You got to hydrate at the James Taylor show.
You do.
That's my algorithm.
So I'm in, excuse me, the combat juggling algorithm. I think
Combat juggling?
yeah. Oh, listen. So you get in an arena with some other jugglers, and you're juggling bowling pins. Okay,
Sure.
so these are large items.
Yeah.
And you walk around while juggling, hitting them out of people's hands.
Oh.
And then I don't know if it's like the last person standing with the pin.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But I'm just getting into this.
What I'm saying
and
is,
I'm gonna go with it. I'm
You're
gonna find out more.
You're describing the hardcore show mosh pits, but with like
Jugglers.
fewer girlfriends.
Also that.
Because jugglers, I don't know. There's probably a subset of ladies
100%.
who love a juggler.
Are you kidding me? I don't know.
You were so committed to that. I was like, whoa, what?
Someone at the top of their game in combat juggling doesn't have all kinds of dates? Come on.
After this, you're like, you have to edit that out because Julie's husband is a juggler. Avid juggler. He does combat juggling.
I mean, and he locked her down.
You know?
So I'm also in the hyper realistic cake algorithm.
That's a fun one.
It is, but it's also upsetting because you know how much time and effort went into each cake, and then they just eat it.
There's one fella who pops up in my algorithm from time to time making those type of cakes, and I'm always so devastated when he eats it at the end.
Yes, me too, because it's perfect.
It's like destroying a beautiful sandcastle.
It is,
but more delicious. Did you watch on Netflix the thing a while back? The Is It Cake?
I didn't watch that, but I saw. But that's one of the guys.
Yeah, it's great. Ben loved it. Ben loved it.
Okay. It's a thing, I guess.
I enjoy it.
So there's another guy named Rohit Roy who comes to us courtesy of Cody Culberson, who just celebrated a birthday, or is about to.
He is on the 1st.
And this is a man who says he opens every video like this. Hello, everyone. No fizzy drink for me today.
I was taking a drink of fizzy drink as you said that. quite literally.
Sorry,
Rohit.
But and at first I thought maybe he was journeying away from alcohol, right? And recording his progress. No. This is any type of fizzy drink.
Just the fizzy drink.
Any fizzy drink. Anything with soda, gas, carbonation.
Okay.
He doesn't want it in his life because he said he had an addiction. But he goes to different places in his town.
Okay.
And he reports on the weather, the breeze.
Sure.
On health issues that he's having.
Okay.
And he updates everyone on the number of days it's been since he had a fizzy drink. And I'm in it with him.
I mean,
honestly.
What? Like, that's the kind of weird thing that I could find myself way more bought into than I probably should be.
Because we have an election coming up.
Honestly.
And we need to get it right.
Listen.
Guys, we need to get it right.
I would spend every day preparing myself for the potential eventuality of Rohit relapsing on fizzy drink.
I don't want that for
the
him.
level of disappointment that I would feel if Rohit relapsed on fizzy drink.
Mm-hmm. It's almost too much to think about. I know. So I'm going to start journeying with him. He did say that he's been offered $1 million to take a drink of fizzy drink. Has he? I don't know. But he says he's not going to do it unless he wants to.
Yes, please.
He's not going to do it.
Could someone offer me $1 million to
I'll
take
do it right now.
It's gone. I have to go get another fizzy drink out of the fridge, but they're in there.
I'll do it.
I'll do it at a James Taylor concert. I'll go. I'll go right there. In the middle of it all, you got a friend. He doesn't sing that one. That's Randy Newman.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
I've seen fire.
Could someone give me some money? Give me money, please, to drink fizzy drink.
For fizzy drink. Okay, what you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Because you know what I'll do with that money?
Okay.
I'm going to go get more fizzy drink.
I want the listeners to come along with us and Rohit. What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Rohit's followers are going to jump by like 4 because of this.
I know.
You're welcome, Rohit.
Well, I'll ask a third time. What you watching, reading, or listening to?
I am still reading that. Jeff Tweedy How to Write One Song book.
Nice.
It's interesting. Watching. What am I watching? I've been listening to a lot of. I just go to Spotify and type in. I love that Dijon band, so I just type in Dijon and go to Dijon Radio. And so I've been hearing a bunch of different bands that I don't know. So that's been interesting, just the exploration into that. And then watching. Ever since I got Peacock back, it's all day, every day, The Office. Cannot help myself. I'm already season 4, maybe.
Wow. See, we're just finishing out season 2.
Listen,
It's
you
so good.
you forget how many bangers are in those early seasons. Season 2,
Season 2?
we were watching it. And
Best season.
Every episode.
Yep.
It's like season 2 of The Office is like a Matchbox 20 concert.
Right.
They're only hits.
Only hits.
Deep V's only hits. Sweat your jeans.
They just keep coming.
They keep on coming.
It's so good. I've been enjoying that. Listen, I'm glad that you are too.
Worth it.
Worth the $20
So worth it.
annually.
What about you?
We've been watching also The Office. I've been listening to, continuing with that Scamanda podcast about the woman who faked cancer for years and scammed people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Fascinating. Still going. They release one a week. The noose is tightening
Oh, well, sure.
on Amanda.
God, I don't know what to keep up with.
Scamanda.
I don't know if I should keep up with what's going on with Scamanda. I don't know if I should keep up with Rohit and his fizzy drink.
There's enough to go
I don't know what's going on with Britney Spears.
I know. We got an election coming up.
I need to
I'll
relax.
tell you that much.
I need to relax and be pampered. Do you know of a place?
I sure do. I have been reading a book called Burnout, The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle by Emily and Amelia Nagoski.
Okay.
And it talks about how, anyone could benefit from this, but it specifically addresses why women experience burnout differently. And it talks about completing the biological stress cycle and how we all need to build into our day 30 minutes of time in order for us to complete the stress cycle. Usually it's physical activity,
Okay.
like walking,
Yeah, sure.
running, lifting, exercising, whatever, because you store stress in your body. And over
true.
time, anyway, it's a fascinating book. And I first heard them on Brene Brown's podcast. Sponsor us, Brene Brown.
Okay.
Anyway,
Brene Brown wouldn't touch this heap of crap with a 1,000-foot pole.
probably not.
That was so.
But
Okay, I'm sorry.
I feel like she has a good sense of humor, though. So
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, she also has self-respect. So
I'll tell you what can help
that's a
with
problem.
burnout. Pampering yourself. A day on the
A
river.
day in the Appalachians.
What's your warm heart?
Celebrating a dear friend over the weekend, and it was really exciting and fun to surprise him and do the whole thing. So that was it.
Best.
Great.
Celebrating milestones.
Yeah,
with
totally.
Besties. Mine was, or mine will be and has been this past weekend, my sweet girl. Just 10 years with her. Doesn't seem possible.
Get ready,
Okay.
because that
No.
well's about to get
Hey,
poisoned.
thanks for
She's about
claiming
to.
it.
Well,
I rebuke it. She's too dear. I know we'll have our moments. We all have our moments.
Listen, here's what's going to happen.
She's
She's going to grow up. She's going to be
darling.
She's going to be a nightmare, and you're going to get a year subscription to Appalachian Pamperin because you're going to need it.
Maybe I'll just fake it, so I'll get a gift certificate anyway. It'll come
Hey guys,
it'll
thanks
come
for
on
listening.
The back
Hey
of an old newspaper
guys,
clipping.
it'll come taped to a fentanyl penny. Hey guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands and Warm Hearts.
With Band-Aids.
Like it, share it with your friends, and watch out for that fentanyl, guys. Bye.
Bye.